Alright, so we all know this game is pretty awesome. I'm sure you've seen the 5-star reviews, the hundred of videos talking about it, saying it's the perfect TMNT game, or hopefully you've just taken the time to play through it yourself and enjoy the nostalgia. The game is amazing, and enough good can't really be said about it, and how the developers made a game that was truly for Turtle fans. And I, being a Turtles fan of course, decided instead of doing a point-by-point review of the game, to just do a blast of everything that I found entertaining about it. So, let's get started. First off, Mikey's face on the title screen. Don't act like this isn't how you looked when you first loaded the game up too. Next, we had the ability to play as Splinter. Yes, I know more people excited to play as April when the game came out, which is cool, but Splinter, he's the old man we all hoped to be. Plus, he bites people. Next is Bebop's Beat. He hijacked a TV station and they gave him an official segment on the network. I mean, that's one way to take over. Next is the foot soldier who has no keyboard but is so dedicated to his work that he keeps typing anyway. It is no wonder that Shredder keeps him around with this kind of dedication to their work. And obviously we have Burn here. Burn is so cool with the literal fight that has broken out in his TV station that he shows no stress at all. And when you beat a level, Donatello uses Splinter's staff as a pogo stick. I mean, what better victory can there be? And the overworld map. When you beat a level, you get an overworld map, and it reminds me so much of the overworld map in Ninja Turtles on the NES, or at least when you got to ride around the van, which was a great level, and anyone who doesn't like that original game isn't a true Turtles fan. And speaking of true Turtles fans, Big Apple, 3 p.m. You all know why that's awesome. And of course, we go back to Bebop and his own TV shows again. Here he is being his own Julia Child, has his own cooking show. And then Richard Simmons, I mean, he's got his own exercise show. I mean, heck, he basically is the TV station at this point. I mean, Byrne was probably upset when they actually stopped Bebop. I mean, he's their #1 star. And of course, the literal dedication of the foot soldiers here. They're literally hiding in trash bags, suffocating, just to stop the turtles. But maybe we spoke too soon, because this foot soldier doesn't care about us at all. He just wants to steal the engine out of this car. Alright. And then of course, Rocksteady, lounging back, taking life easy, perhaps wanting to be painted.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
And of course they have all these crazy weapons to hurt the turtles with, but sometimes all they need is a big, scary wrench. Actually, that probably would hurt. Never mind. And then there's the zoo. What kind of zoo would just have a statue of the core villain just sitting up here in the middle of the daylight? And multiple ones at that. It just doesn't make any sense. And this little soldier here, I mean, I guess I could wake him up to fight the game, but I feel sort of bad. And speaking of guilt, I mean, come on. How could you kill this guy? He just wanted to enjoy his popsicle, and then turtles come in. I'm not actually sure anymore. Are we the good guys or the bad guys in this game? Popsicles, sleeping on the benches, television stars, hard workers at keyboards. I mean, it seems to me the turtles might be on the wrong side. And oh yes, the ability to find bugs, but not just any kind of bug. A disgusting bug. And I don't know, I just can't get enough of Rocksteady here. I know he's on the lookout, but holy cow, that is like some intense lookout action. And speaking of helping out here on the enemy's side, I mean, you got this little rat here just carrying Krang's head. That's just classic, an absolute classic. But not as classic as classic Pond Cola. I mean, giving classic Coke a run for its money. And look back here, in the little alleyway here, we have what's clearly a movie poster with Bebop on it. So not only is he a TV star, he's a movie star as well. I'm not really sure he cares about being a villain anymore. I think Bebop's going into a different direction in his life. And oh yes, our allies, the Pond Frogs. And he has a giant battle axe, and he does nothing to help. Thanks, man. And continuing the Pond Frogs, hiding behind a cardboard cutout of himself. I'm not sure he really fought through that spot. And speaking of advertisements like the cutout, here's a whole billboard that's advertising to the city of anyone who wants to buy a foot cruiser. I guess at your local dealership. I mean, idiotically, I just presumed that the foot cruiser was a custom build for Shredder and his minions, but I mean, I guess anybody can get a foot cruiser. And speaking of the foot soldiers' vehicles here, I mean, Shredder must be making some budget cuts, because some soldiers get these hover jets with machine guns, and other ones, they get kites. Kites. And let's jump back to the Pond Frogs for a second. Listen to what he says when you rescue him.
Uh-oh, where am I?
I love it. And the foot soldiers again. I mean, look at the disguises. I mean, the disguises are great in this game. But this one, this is the absolute best one. And I'm not sure what's going on with the ideas in the game, because this is the only one that's of this sort. But I feel like I'm playing Mario Party. Blow up the balloon and burst it. Okay. And the frogs have a real interesting presence here, whether it's rescuing them or refusing to help or blowing the balloons up, or in this case, they just sort of mocking you as they fly by while you're in this intense battle and they're enjoying their little, amusement park event. I don't know. It's entertaining, but the Pod Frogs seem like real jerks. And oh, right here, the TV screen in the back. I know to most people are just like, oh, hey, Shredder's on TV screen, blah, blah, blah. No. This is harkening back to the TV screen in the original Turtles game after you beat the dam level, where you, of course, go into the turtle den and Shredder appears on the screen. Glorious. And Donatello. Crush that head, Donatello. Crush it and love every second of it. And I know this game was trying to correct the wrongs of some of the old Turtle games, and one of the biggest wrongs was putting Triceraton on the cover of Manhattan Project and not putting him in the game. So I think they tried to like make up for that and did a level of just literally hordes of Triceratons running through it. But hey, that's still awesome. And then when you're in the Dimension X, this little assembly line here, you can see how the mousers are made. That's just cool. And also in the background, you get to see how the foot soldiers are constructed. But the paint process, it just doesn't match up because you spray them blue, and then you spray them red, and then you spray them red again. I'm not sure how that system really works. I mean, is it like a primer, or is this just a mistake in the game here? And toward the end of the game, you actually get to go to Dimension X, and they finally did Dimension X right. I mean, look at it. It's amazing looking. And also, it looks like Splinter and Donatello here are just soaking into Dimension X lake like it's a hot tub. And I know you revive your teammates with pizza, but Splinter here, I'm pretty sure he's reviving with a nice little sensual butt massage. And speaking of the pizza monsters are back. However, they look more like pizza than they used to. And I'm glad they're here, I really am. But I sort of like the original look better. I don't know about all these extra pepperonis and mushrooms and toppings and such. Now, a statue of Shredder here makes sense. The zoo? No. But here? Yes. And I love how they actually decided to take a scene out of Ghostbusters 2. I mean, they are really, really leaning heavy into plagiarism territory on that one. And of course, at the end of the game, you get to fight Super Shredder, which is the ideal version of Shredder to finish the game off. However, he is nothing compared to my invincibility corner. And that's it, guys. Overall, great game, and you should play it. You'll love it. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel, and go out there and find a great game to play. Just hope you have a great rest of the day.